Hey folks, this is Rob coming to you from Central New York or Upstate New York, and today I want to give you a quick review of what I think is a pretty cool camera. It's the Kodak EasyShare Z1485 IS 14 megapixels. That's right folks, I said 14 megapixels. Normally this camera sells for $199.99. I have seen it on sale here locally and around the web for $169.99. Either way, this camera is well worth every penny. You get the camera, of course you get the manual, which only 25 pages are in English, the rest are in various languages. I start taking pictures without even reading this and figuring out all the functions without ever reading this, so it's definitely not only an easy share, but it's easy to use. I also received with it the Kodak EasyShare software so that you can do different things with your photos, upload them on the internet, let your friends view them, print them, send them to Kodak.com for picture of the week, or to take advantage of the $55 gallery credit that was sent with it so that you can get picture frames, mugs, puzzles, some odds and ends stuff, mouse pads. Also came with Photo Fun Software Center, which gives you 5 titles: scrapbooking, print artist, greeting cards, photo animation, and the one that I think is pretty cool is the Morphus. You can actually morph your face into somebody else's. You can morph whatever you can put up or take a picture of, you can morph it. Pretty cool. However, I did pay a lot less than $199.99. I paid less than $169.99. If and very rarely do I surf TV and buy things off of home shopping channels. However, I did see the presentation for this camera early in the afternoon, and I watched it for a little while, and I was sort of intrigued, and they were offering a flex pay, and things started coming up pretty green. I was like, I might just get this camera. So I was watching it. They also were giving a $30 rebate, but it's only available through the particular channel I was watching. So with that being said, 10 o'clock that night, I just happened to sit down, flick through the channels. They're doing another presentation, and I watched it again, and I started looking at it and thinking, well, I had a Canon PowerShot IS 3 megapixel that just recently died with no warning, and I wasn't too happy. I needed to take pictures at a graduation, and it died. Unfortunately, it was several years old, and it was time to replace. So lo and behold, I decided to go ahead and buy the Canon Z, the EasyShare Z1485 IS. And I can say at this point, and I've only had it for a couple days, I've only used it twice, this weekend being the longest that I've used it. I took it with me on a motorcycle ride, and I went up to a tower, and it's about 33 to 3,700 feet up, give or take 32, somewhere in there, above sea level, overlooking the Catskill area and the valleys. I took some awesome pictures with this camera while I was there, down into the valley, where I zoomed in on certain things down in the valley that seemed that they were only a few hundred yards versus several miles away from where I was. So automatic mode, I could zoom to a certain point, and this is your zoom, your wide, and your telephoto. You have your onboard help, which you can hit and use your control here and your OK button to select certain help things, and it'll walk you through things. You have your easy share, your review, your delete, and your menu button are all there. So if you do have, this is just a stand that it came with, a little plastic stand here. I'll put it behind so you can see it. It's got the cutout, fits right in so that you can store it on your stand wherever you want to. Has the plug-in for the EasyShare charging port if you have a charging battery in there. When I received this, it came with a Kodak C RV3 3-volt battery. This is a nickel hydride or nickel metal hydride battery that is not rechargeable. These go for about $19 a piece. So with that being said, folks, if you want to make it more cost effective, you can buy lithium rechargeable batteries and charge them and use those. You can also buy a Kodak charger with a lithium ion battery similar to this, which I want to say is a KLIC 8000. That is 3.7 volts, rechargeable, 1,000 times plus that you can use. You get more shots out of it. Would make it definitely more economical than buying these at $20 a pop. I took about it with the memory card that I have. It has an onboard 32 megabyte memory, which is a few pictures. I don't know offhand how many, because I went right away with a Kodak 60 speed high speed SDHC 4 gigabyte memory card, which you really can't see because of all the lights. So with this card I get 918 pictures. Now on the battery that I have in here, I took about 100 photos on my little trip, and I didn't get any low warning lights or anything like that, so not too shabby. It does zoom when you use the various settings from automatic to panoramic, which panoramic was a breeze to use. Took one shot, grays things out, puts another box up, line it up, shoot it, same thing, hit stitch, it stitches them together. Didn't even know what I was doing, and I actually made pictures, panoramic pictures that looked like I was a professional, like I knew what I was doing. Now mind you, I've used SLR cameras before. Told you about my Canon digital, so I've experimented. I've done some developing things like that. So digital, to be able to do something like that on a camera without reading the manual was pretty cool. Again, being able to zoom down on a landscaping setting, zoom down in and make it seem only a few hundred yards versus a couple miles away. Awesome. You have a timer. I was able to set this up, hit the timer, go to the spot, have a picture of me taken, being I was by myself. It has another cool feature with the timers. You hit it to the X2 timer, it will count 10 seconds, take a picture, wait 2 seconds, count down another 8, take a second picture. So if you don't get in your shot in time, you've got a second chance. Or if you want to change your pose, you've got a second chance by only hitting it one time. You press this down halfway, you get the viewfinder that you'll see turns green, hit it, let the countdown begin, and go ahead and have your picture taken. So if you don't have anybody around, you can still do it. You can do the same thing with video. Start it, hit the button, it'll count down, and it'll videotape until it runs out of memory. Another cool feature, the fact that it does videotape in HD, takes pictures in HD, even better. Kodak has hit this one out of the park with this. Such high-end features on a mid-range camera are unheard of today. To spend $400–500 on a high-quality camera, you know, it's out there. You can do it. To spend $100 and change on a camera that has just as many of those high-end features is perfect, folks. Do yourself a favor. Go out to your local store, whatever store it may be. Take a look, see if they have the camera. Play around with it. Take some pictures, in-store pictures. Play around with the features. Take a look at the screen. See if you like what they see. You know, what you see on the screen. I'm telling you what I saw on my laptop, which is HD screen. Pictures are awesome. I'm going to take advantage of using the card. I'm going to try to get a couple fancy pictures that I took in a frame similar to that and give them as gifts, which will look museum type, but I did them myself. And I'm not a pro, so do yourself a favor, folks. Check it out. Kodak Easy Share Z1485 IS. Thumbs up, Kodak. Thanks for stopping by, folks. Leave your comments and questions, and I'll try to answer them and get back to you. But I'll tell you what, awesome, awesome camera. Check it out. Go to Kodak.com. Check out some of the pictures there. And if you go to hsn.com and order it, you'll get the $30 rebate, and that's still good until December of this year. So go check it out, folks. Take care. Bye.